Hey guys, welcome to the G.E.M, the Grand Enterprises Movement. Our mission is to motivate, to energize, to uplift, to encourage, and of course, to inspire one another each and every single day. Y'all, today I'm super duper excited. We have the one and only Tony Moore in the building. Uncle Tony's what I call him. Cipher Sounds,
What's up?
aka what else? What else?
They used
The
to call
boss,
me UG, DJ
UG.
Understanding.
Yes,
Understand? Yeah.
Yeah, but the
yes.
main name is they call me Cipher or either Cipher Sounds.
Yes, welcome, welcome. Where that nickname come from? Cipher Sound.
Cipher Sounds. That's when me and two other brothers named Divine and Justice started a DJ group
Hmm.
back in 1975.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
Long
we
time.
we we were just working in uh, uh, community centers and stuff like that, and we decided to come together and start, form a group. But we didn't know how to go about it. We got to, go out to the subways and steal the horns and stuff like that, and borrow some speakers and get with other people, and they showed us what to do. We seen other DJs like New Sounds and Pete DJ Jones. That's what got us started.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you have a plethora of different businesses and entrepreneurial, endeavors that you got going on. So tell us what you do. Tell us, where you're from and what you got going on right now.
Oh, okay. Well, starting in hip hop in the '70s with like I said, Divine Injustice. When we broke up and I took over the group Cipher Sounds, I used that as a launching pad to get into music. That's how I started out working with Russell Simmons. I was the first DJ from Queens to go against Grandmaster Flash, the
Wow.
first DJ to open up the Fantasia. Uh, there's a lot of different things we did. La Chalette, so quite a few other. And then I was the first DJ to go against Grandmaster Flash at the Hotel Diplomat in Manhattan, which
Mm,
Russell Simmons sponsored and produced. And then from there, when hip hop transformed into music, making records, that's when I decided in the '80s to get into music production and learn how to be a music producer. At the
okay.
same time, I was still DJing and hooked up with Russell again doing that. And then first gig I did a hip hop record called Burning, nah, Three Card Molly
Mhm.
and Get Moved On. It was on Row Mill Records. Came out in 1984
Wow.
uh, with the two guys, and we was named Cipher Sounds at the time too. That was our first hip hop record. Worked on Ron Miller's record label called Romeo Records,
Mm,
and then from there, the group broke up, and I decided to get into R&B. I wanted to get into R&B, so I
mhm.
met two other guys that would work with me at the bank at the time, and we decided to start a group. We didn't know what we was going to be called. Really, I didn't even want to be in a group. It happened that we did a song, a dance record called Burning Love,
Mhm.
took it to Profile Records. They fell in love with it and they said, yo, we want it. And I was trying to produce the guy who worked at the bank with me and Sham wanted to produce. And they said,
Mm.
no, I want y'all to just be a group.
Oh,
And we came up with the name Arts and Craft.
okay.
And boom, Arts and Craft was born in 1986. We started that group, and from there we went 13 on the dance charts with Profile, and we wanted to leave Profile and go to and do something else. We really didn't want to do just dance music. I
Right.
wanted to do something called hip hop R&B,
Mhm.
where at that time no one didn't even know what it was. We just making it up as we go along, and went to Uptown Records with my demos, and they fell in love with the type of beats we had. And next thing you know, they had us producing Jeff Redd, Mary
Oh,
J. Blige,
oh,
Father MC, those are three main acts at that time that we was producing for Uptown Records. And then by producing Jeff Red and Mary, Timmy Regisford over at Motown heard that Arts and Craft was producing, and we was looking for a record deal, and we got signed to Motown for 575,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was a lot
and
of money.
that's like, I would say, right after we did the first demo, I think we was at Uptown for about 3 weeks to a month before we ran it. I mean, working with Kirk Whitley, who was the A&R director, uh, gave us an offer. Look, if I can get you guys a record deal, let me be your manager. We said,
Mm.
why not? And that's how we got the record deal. We got signed to Motown within 3 weeks after producing the first song with Jeff Red. And the next thing you know, we get a Motown, and then we're offered to do this soundtrack to this movie called House Party.
Oh, what?
And
Yeah,
get
that
What?
happened back to back. It's no lie.
Wow.
All right. As soon as we signed to Motown, Timmy Regisford said, "Yo, I got a project for you guys. I want you to go across the street." It was at 1775 Broadway, and we had to go to a private screening for the movie House Party.
Wow.
And the movie was basically done. What they was looking for the soundtrack for it. So we went there and we got in the building, and we seen all our idols, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Wow.
Who else? Teddy Riley, Full Force. Oh, by the way, the guys in Full Force was my mentors when I was working at the bank. I'm skipping some things. When I was working with at the bank, still DJing at the time,
Mhm.
the guitar player that was in the group Full Force allowed me to. They gave me the demos to Lisa and Colt Jam, very first record, and I
Wow.
was pushing that for them and helped that record blow up. And then on Lisa Colt Jam's first album, they gave us special thanks to DJ Cipher Sounds.
Wow.
And then ironically, when I get to the meeting and then we sitting there at in the theater, the guy from Full Force says, "Yo, Tony, Shan, Mitchell, what y'all guys doing here?" They said, "Well, we listened to you and got a deal. We signed to Motown. Now we here to produce." And he was shocked. It was like, "Wow, these are guys that was showing how to do beats." And
Wow.
that's when I was working at the bank. But make a long story short,
No, that's
we
good.
did
Good
we produced 7 songs for the movie. We issued 7 songs. Out of that 7, they wanted 4.
Mm.
And then through management was like hype. They was like, "Y'all niggas are hot. We can get y'all some crazy money." And I was like, "Yo, I just want to be in the movie. I don't want to, just I want money, but I wanted to be in the movie more than anything else." So they was trying to get $100,000 a song, and they didn't want to pay that. So we wound up getting 50,000 a song and only getting 2 songs in the movie.
Okay.
But that still was good.
I
I
mean,
mean, I
still
was
from
happy
House
as hell
Party with
when we
the
got it.
plastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. And
What?
then from there, um, we produced. I was working for Uptown. Uh, Russell Simmons gave me a call and wanted me to do some songs for Slick Rick. I produced 2 songs for him, which never came out because he got busted and went to jail.
Oh,
Um, who else? I produced 1 song for LL Cool J called Boulevard Action. Who else? Helter Skelter Original Gun Clappers, their
mhm.
first album, their first 2 songs. I worked there and produced with those guys. And then Mary J. Blige, um, first record that came out, I worked and helped with the beat, not with the whole overall song. They needed a beat for it. And it just so happened that record blew up big time. That's
What?
what made Mary big.
Wow.
Mary, I
On the
mean,
411
it,
album?
it came off. It came off of the soundtrack of Strictly Business.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was the movie with Holly Berry in it.
Yeah, yeah, I know that
Yeah,
movie. I like that. It's a
yeah.
classic.
Jeff Red record came off of that too because
Yeah.
we worked on Jeff Red record at the same
You
time.
called and told me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
so Jeff Red blew up from that,
yes.
and Mary record at the time, everybody didn't pay it no mind, but the record started building and building. And I'd say within 6 months after that movie was released, that's when Mary Records started hitting hard. And
Wow.
then at Uptown, they decided to release it as a single because they didn't want to release it at first. But
Mm,
and then it just exploded, went all over the country.
wow.
And that's when Mary J. Blige was born. And after that, we was under the same management. And believe me, it was crazy to see how an artist, I mean, that's just nobody at first. Jeff Redd was bigger than her at the time. In my
Mm,
group, we just did the Apollo. We went out to LA and did Soul Train. But all of a sudden, Mary blew up so big that the management company couldn't really focus on us. They had to focus mainly on her,
hmm
which messed up everybody else's career.
At what point did you run into Corey Rooney?
Oh, well, ran in Corey Rooney right when we got at Uptown Records.
hmm
Not at Uptown. It was at because Kurt Whitley introduced me Corey.
Mhm.
Kurt Whitley when we met. Yeah, I would say yeah at Uptown. It was at Uptown because from Uptown I was doing a lot of work at Motown producing for Timmy Regisford, and Kurt took us off of Motown right when the record was, we just finished shooting on the Apollo, doing the record from House Party. And in a way, it sabotaged our whole career
Yeah.
because Motown was about to push us real hard. And
Mm,
this guy, manager, Kurt Whitley, took us off right when we did the we did the video, and then after the video, we shot a special on Motown. I mean, Showtime on Apollo,
man.
and then he took us off.
Oh,
So we lost the momentum, and then took us off and put us on Columbia. Columbia bought out Motown's contract, so they bought the $575,000 contract out, and then they put another $350,000 into the group, and we
okay.
set for 3 years.
Oh, I hate that that happened.
And then
That-
by that time,
Y'all lost the
everything was
momentum.
over. We didn't. I mean, we still came out. We came out with our album, but the momentum was lost, and music changed real quick.
Hmm
And then the style the music we had at the time was meant for that 3 years ago,
Right.
and music changed so much. So we didn't really catch up with anything. The music didn't do well. The song didn't do too well, and they dropped us. And then that's when I decided to just go ahead and just produce and do studio work.
Okay. Is that what
That's
you're
when
currently doing right now? Are you still producing and doing
right.
studio?
That's another story. What made me stop doing music was in right after I was working with Helter Skelter and Original Gun Clappers, and was working with Ja Rule,
Mm,
Herb Gotti, and Black Child at the same time.
okay.
And that was the time I got robbed and all my equipment got stolen.
Oh,
So I never got a chance to finish up working with Herb Gotti and Black Child and who else? Black Child, Herb
Ja
Gotti,
Rule.
and
You said Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, and yeah, Ja Rule.
Mm,
Uh, so came back to my crib. I was with DJ Divine and DJ Red Alert. We went to Jack the Rapper, and it
hmm
was I think it was 1994. Went to Jack the Rapper, and that weekend came back and my place was cleaned out. Over $100,000 worth of equipment gone,
Mm.
and that shit was like,
It's hard to
it
recover
took a
from.
lot out of me,
Yeah, it's
huh?
hard to. I was gonna say it's hard to recover from something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know what happened at the time. Um, then amazing thing happened though. About 2 weeks after that, the genius from Wu Tang, who used to work with me, I forgot to tell you that story because the genius, Old Dirty Bastard, and the RZA, I produced early in my career too. They came in my basement, and I used to do their beats in the early '80s because they were their cousins to G.E.M, who was one of my rappers in my group when we came out with our first record. So working with those guys, who else? Positive K, uh, Stetsasonic, all those rap groups I was working with and I produced over the during time. So when after I got robbed, here come the genius coming to my crib saying, "You heard I got robbed?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yo, get in the ride." Took me in his Escalade, took me to Sam Ash, and bought $20,000 worth of equipment for me.
Mm.
Said to me, "Yo, wasn't for you, I wouldn't have what I got." And he bought all that equipment and told me, "Yo, I look out." He looked out for me, and I at that time, I didn't have the feeling to do nothing, but I still got the equipment. I kept it, and I tried to do something, but I lost it at that time. I didn't have the feeling anymore, and I decided to get a 9 to 5 and change my career and get into multimedia.
Okay. So is that what
That
you're
was,
current? That's what you're currently doing, or that's what you did as a career for how long?
yeah, multimedia was a thing at that time to make that transformation. I knew it was going to take time because
Hmm.
multimedia was everybody was talking about this is going to be the future.
Right.
When 2000 come in, everything's going to be multimedia, this and that. So I got into it and got me a job in 95, working
Hmm.
at this company, working in the mailroom,
Hmm.
and they had a production department that does multimedia, and they had cross training. So I took the cross training classes, and I never forget some of the guys in the mailroom said, "Yo, they ain't gonna get you, man. There's number of white guys in there and or not Asians and white guys." I said, "Well, I'll be the first token nigga, because I know this is what I want to do." So next thing I know, I'm working on it. Within about a year and a half, boom, I did some work. I did a Photoshop of the vice president of the company shaking hands with Bill Clinton. At that time, that was something amazing, and
Yeah.
it's like 96. So I
Hmm.
did this and I gave it to him as put it in a poster, got it framed up. And next thing you know, is he said, "Antonio, you don't belong in that department. We putting you in another department." And bam, that's how I landed that. And then from there, I started thinking, yo, I want to get into multimedia and do special effects. I want to do all this shit. I want to do movies. That's what I really want to do, movies.
Yes.
Because I got the bug when I did House Party in the
Hmm.
process. And I never forget one of the guys, one of the Hutman brothers said to me, "We need more brothers behind the scene doing movies instead of in front of the camera, behind the camera." And I
Hmm.
said, you know what? That's my next challenge.
Yeah.
So from 96 on through, I started grooming myself in media, learning special effects because I had a background in art and design when I went to public school and junior high school and high school. That was my major.
That's
So
right.
for me, it was a natural progression.
Nice. So,
That's
and how long were you doing that? And are you still doing that now, or?
Now it's a combination of everything.
Yeah.
Because now I can do the special effects, I can do the animation, then I can do the music for it, and at the same time we can film it.
Right.
So I can do all of it all in one. But I don't try to do all of it. What I do is I either have the guidance and I look at the project or the projects we got and say, look, that don't look correct or that don't sound correct,
Right.
because I got a keen eye for detail and how
Hmm.
things should sound and look.
Hmm.
And
so.
as a CEO, that's what I do. I probably lead by action by showing them something that I did, and then show them, look, this is the proper way you do it, and then and teach them like that.
Right.
Mm. So real quick, just tell us to some of the people that you currently work with in the last 5 years of you on your comeback to being involved with the music. The actual
Uh,
doing the movies and stuff.
uh, what? Uh, John Legend,
There you
Wow.
go.
one, because we when I was filming, when I was working for Marcus Samuelson at the Red Rooster, that's another. He's a celebrity chef. He signed us up, and me and Kim to work with him from I said from 2010 to 2018. And
Wow.
during that time, we filmed everybody from who, John Legend. Who else came there? Uh, God damn, Lawrence Fishburne, uh, Cedric the Entertainer. Uh,
Mm,
what's his name? Tank, the singer Tank.
hmm.
Uh, oh yeah, and the Obamas. When they came in, we had to film the Obamas coming in from to do their campaign in 2020. It was 2012 when they did their campaign. We was filming. We had to film that and working with Alonzo Brown, who was the executive producer of Judge Mathis TV show. He was another influencer who put me down and put me on his wing.
Wow. Are you eating on the show? This is not an eating show, MC Blue. You got your girl in the background walking across, and you eat it. Uncle Tony, you see what I
Yeah,
got
I
to
see him.
do?
He slip it
Oh
in real quick.
my
Damn.
gosh. You could have saved that for later.
It's something with my stomach. I haven't eaten all day.
So, so with your business ventures, starting out from, I mean, DJing, being an artist yourself, and now multimedia, and now you do all things kind of media, right?
Yeah.
Um, what kind of gems would you kind of drop for people that are aspiring to get into the multimedia platform and that really, might have started out like myself, I started out as an artist, and then now they're in another phase of their life, and so maybe multimedia is the way for them. But what kind of gems would you give them?
Go for whatever you like. If you
Hmm.
love it, it will be easier. I mean,
Yes.
life is hard regardless, but it will make it easy. I mean, put it this way: when you will love what you do, when you love what you do, it's not work anymore.
Right. Because you're
It's
passionate about it.
Yeah, I'm passionate. Like right now, this is all I do. I remember what time I was trying to get up the nerve to leave the job
Mm.
because I wanted to start my own business. And what I
That's
would
hard to
do,
do.
it's real hard to do. What I did was I lucked up when that company I was saying to you that was I learned how to do multimedia. I
Yes.
left that company. I waited. Uh, I was there for a while, and then Ross Perot bought the company out,
Mm.
and they had new changes, and they was downsizing, and they had this thing they was gonna reduce the jobs for the company, the employees, and they had these umbrellas, which
Hmm.
if you go now, you can get more money. They give you a year's severance pay plus what you're getting that year, and you get your top stocks options
Wow.
and unemployment and all that. So I said, yo, let me get that.
Let me get that.
So when I got that, I left with
That
close
was a
to
cushion.
I left close to 100 and some, I think about $130,000.
Oh
And
yeah.
then, and I still had stock too in the company. So I said, yo, I'm going to roll with that. And that
Mhm.
allowed me to break loose. And that's how I ran into my business partner, Chin, who I'm working with now. That's how we got this because I ran into
Shout out
him
to
and
Jen.
I ran into him in 20, no, it was 1998. And he said, yo, I got a building in Harlem. I want to open up a studio. I heard you do this and that, and you know all the people. I said, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to do that. But when he took me up there and he owned the building, he got the property. He's Asian, he's Korean. He seemed like he was trustworthy. And then I thought about it. I said, yo, why not? So we did it, and then it was doing real well. Actually, we was located on Second Avenue and 116th Street,
Wow.
116th and Second Avenue. Yeah, I think that's where between Second and Third. Yeah. So in those days, that's considered Spanish Harlem.
All right.
But we had everything going for us because we became a part of the Harlem Alliance, and I had a lot of people that I know from the Motown days I contact, and we had those connections too as well. So the studio ran from
Wow.
'99 till 2004.
Mm.
That's when we had to close down because my daughter got sick with cancer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when she had got sick with cancer, we had couldn't. I had to focus everything on her,
Yeah.
so we had to close the business down.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I never forget, Chin said, like, when I get another building, I'll give you a call once this is all over. Your daughter will be fine. And my daughter's fine. She recovered
Thank-
and ran back in with Chin and what? We broke, last seen them in 2005. And then when I came back to New York, because I moved down south for about 4 or 5 years, and I came back in 2008. And that's when I decided to start media all over again, and ran into Lonzo Brown.
Mm,
And luckily, this girl I met, I had got a great job working at this company doing video editing, and they gave bonuses. So I saved up about 25,000. And then my girlfriend at the time, she had a real good credit. She said, "You give me that 25,000, I can get you $100,000, whatever you need." I said, "Serious?" She said, "Yeah." So I said, "Okay." And it's because she had enough money to pay the bill off if I defaulted. But
right.
we only used up about 87,000, and we got that. That's bought $87,000 worth of equipment, as far as video equipment, cameras, everything,
Right.
and started the business. And that was in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And boom, bang, boom. Uh, within about by 2012, I paid all the money back.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then I hooked up with my boy Kim, and we was working. We was mainly doing our business from the crib, and we
Hmm.
stored all our equipment mainly in our garages. But that's how we was doing until I ran into my good friend Chin again, and he called me in 2015 saying he has two big warehouse buildings. One is an office building, and the other one is a warehouse. And I was like, "So what you saying?" He's like, "Look, I want to start this business." I was like, "Yeah." You know how much money that's gonna cost? And yeah, he knew. And I came out and I seen the building. I was like, "Yo, that's the move." He piqued my interest, but I knew at that time I didn't have enough money and time to do it. So I
Hmm.
told him, "Look, give us time. Let us work on it, and let's try to build up some money." And then perfect example came up. I mean, perfect timing came up for us was when COVID hit.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was yeah. That was
When
perfect.
COVID hit, I said, "Yo, everything's shut down." I said, "Yo, Kim, we got enough money saved up,
Hmm.
bought more equipment." So we came out here right just before it hit real hard. And when it hit in New York and they started shutting everything down, and that was February, not January 30th, 2020.
Hmm.
We left New York and started bringing all our equipment out here.
Wow.
So and at that time, both of the buildings was condemned. We got the office building uncondemned within about 6 months after being there, getting the place fixed up, getting everything under the city ordinance should be right.
Hmm.
Fire department had to come in and all that. And after that, we started focusing on building the film studio, doing one thing at a time.
Wow. So y'all were already on the cusp of building a multimedia center in like the early 2000s. Y'all were already like starting in that, and then
Yeah,
just kind of just grew from
yeah,
there.
we already and
Right. 'Cause
it's
that's
all
the
that
way.
time we was grooming ourselves
Right.
for a building because no
Hmm.
lie, as we was like in the early 2000s, I was like, "Yo, man, I wish we could get a building," because I don't know, I had a couple of buildings in the past, but
Hmm.
it was never like we had a building on Jamaica Avenue. When I first got all that equipment from my girlfriend, we
Hmm.
had a place on Jamaica Avenue, nice, and but we got jerked with that place. The guy, the building was condemned and he didn't let us know, and we was paying rent in a place that was condemned.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
think we stayed in there no more than about 3 to 4 months. And when we found out, so we had to move out. Fire department came in there. That's why I didn't mention that, but that's what's one of the main things that happened when I came back in 20. That happened around 2010,
Mm,
and so we had all this equipment, all these lights and all that stuff we bought. So we had to put them in somewhere else. So we put them in storage, and most of the stuff was in my garages and
wow.
in the house. And
So,
then that's why when Chin came along and said he has the building, I said, "Yo." But at that time, we still wasn't ready because
mhm,
it was 2015, and I knew it's going to take a lot more for a building that size.
right.
And so it took us 5 years to do it. So from 2015, we came in 2020.
Yeah. So you've had a very lengthy career in production. Very,
Yeah,
I mean, from the 70s until now.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
because that's all
unheard
I've
of.
been doing is everything
That's amazing.
visuals, anything with sound, uh,
Wow.
music, uh, uh, special effects. I always was drawn to special effects, art, because I'm an artist. I can draw.
Hmm.
Um, so those are three elements.
Wow. And if you could be remembered for, out of all of the things that you've done over your career, what would you want to leave behind? What would be your legacy? What would you want people to know you and remember you for?
Multimedia.
Multimedia. You're the
So that
multimedia.
because that's I did everything. I got everything. I was a DJ, music producer, uh, filmmaker,
Wow.
website designer. I mean,
Editing.
yeah, video editor. I'm more of a visual person, hands-on visual person.
Right. And what type of mentors did you have along the way? Like, do you still have those same mentors? I mean, I know with time, I mean, you're talking about decades of experience and what type of leaders, and I know you mentioned it in your music career, you had quite a few mentors.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
have any now that you work with or mentors that you kind
yeah.
of look to?
I would say the ones when I was younger. Bernard Wright, Who Do
Hmm.
You Love? That guy.
Hmm.
He's mentored with uh, Michael Murphy, who of the System. He's the first one that gave me a drum machine.
Hmm.
Uh, and then Kirk from the group Full Force plays the guitar. Uh, Another mentor that was the first one I ever met that had gold and platinum records was Ron Miller. He
Hmm.
produced Denray Morgan. I'll do anything for you. And he
Yeah,
did the Fat Boys. So he was my main hero because I came to his house, seen all them gold and platinum records. I said,
he was
damn,
like,
that's what I want to be like. And who else? Then uh, I would say my white friend, Jewish friend, Marty Brush Snyder. He's
Mhm,
the one who taught me Photoshop and stuff like that when I got into media.
mhm.
Uh, it's quite a few people,
Yeah,
but it
Did
was
you
like people that was influenced when it came down to showing and teaching
right.
did you have a chance to work with Russell Simmons?
all
Yeah,
the time.
he said that.
Okay, I
Russell
didn't.
Simmons, I remember he was hype man because I ran into him on Jamaica Avenue, and and then he just rolled up and he said, "This is the man, safe and sound, this and that." And he said, "Yo, I want you to do my next party." I said, "Yo, I'm happy to do your next party." And, and that's when he got me to do the Hotel Diplomat
Yeah,
because
that you were saying
we
earlier.
built up a name, safe and sound. We built up our name when I was younger. I always wanted to go outside and DJ,
Hmm.
and the local drug dealers sometimes would come to me and say, "Yo, understand it? Yo, man, we need to go out in the park, man, so we can, sell some weed." Well, I said, "Yo, man, I ain't got no ride." So they get a ride. And then I noticed they wanted me back. I said, "Yo, man, I need some money." Some niggas like, "Yo, we give you $100 to come out." I said, "Bet." $100 in
Back in the day,
1975
a lot of
and
money.
1976 was a lot of money.
Mhm.
So then I noticed when I was DJing, I was set up. Then my Mr. Softy be on this side, Hot Dog Man on this side. I said, "Yo, man, y'all want y'all spots? It's $50 a piece." So I was
Mm.
getting money from them. I get money from the drug dealer to
Wow.
set up. Then I go to the ice cream man, and then I got even smarter. I said, "Yo, fuck that. We rent the damn ice cream machines and rent the hot dog vending machines and fill them up with hot dogs ourselves." In those days, you can rent the vending machine for like $25, and then you got to buy their hot dogs and fill them up. So we'll buy like $100 worth of. We get 4 machines, put them in each corner of the park, and
Oh,
I
wow.
put the ones, and then we fill them up with hot dogs, and then my man would sell Mr. Icy's, the icy joints.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The
So
good
we're
icy.
making, when we go out and jam in the park on a Saturday or Friday night and Saturday night, I will make a G off. I'll make about close to a G or $800.
Wow.
And
And back
that
in
was
the
a
day, that was
lot
a
of
lot
money
of
in those
money.
days.
Back in the day, that was a lot of money.
Because the drug dealers, like, yo, understanding, you can rock to 3 in the morning in the park in those days.
Mm.
So
And you didn't
sometimes,
need a
I mean,
permit
it wasn't
or
like a
nothing.
lot of money all the time, but the average would be about $300 a night.
Which is still good money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name 3 people, and I want to know which one of these people that you would love to work with: Denzel Washington, Tyra Perry, or Spike Lee. You can only choose
Tyler
one,
Perry.
and why?
You said one more?
And why?
Tyra Perry, Denzel Washington, and Spike Lee. Pick one you would love to work with, and why.
Like I said, Tyler Perry. Reason why? The grind, that guy's grind is crazy.
Yeah.
He he's not just he's he's a he's a man of all of everything from what I'm seeing, because he's not only a person who writes, he creates, and he motivates, and he built a whole empire.
Yes.
I mean, the
Talking about
guy got
studios.
the largest film studio on the East Coast,
Yeah.
and he's black.
Yes.
Mm.
Unheard of.
Yes.
Spike Lee had all that before him, and he didn't get nowhere near where he's at right now.
Right.
Tyler Perry was smart. He wasn't looking at the small picture. He was looking at the overall picture.
Mm-hmm.
When you gotta understand, when you own your content, you make your content. You
It's
first you
written already.
cultivate it, you write it, you make it, you control it, you
Yes.
distribute it. You're
Yes.
the man.
Yes.
One thing, the rest of the people, they're not on that level. They're not on the level of distributing, creating it. I mean, some are doing creating, but he's got multiple layers.
Mm-hmm. His name come up in all the credit.
Yeah,
Produced.
I mean, it's like, put it this way. When you're in this business, you want to control your own destiny.
That's
The
right.
best way to control your own destiny is write your own content, make it, then distribute it.
Yep. Yep.
And perfect example, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey had all these shows, right? He had the Steve Harvey show, and then it was doing good, but he wanted to renegotiate the contract. The production company that did the show with him gets a piece of action, he gets a piece of action, and then the TV station gets the piece of action, right? Because they the ones paying everybody.
Right.
He said, I don't want that. I want take this, and I want to get my half. I want more money. Well, CBS, I think it was CBS or NBC, one of them said, "Oh, you ain't got all that. You don't own the production. This
Yep.
production company owns it. You're just the face. We would put another face, took him out, put somebody else in place.
Yep.
Now, if you would have had the own production,
Yes.
it would just been him and CBS or NBC, whoever it was.
Mm-hmm.
The middleman was the production, and the production company saying to the other company, "Look, this guy Stevie Harvey, he want more money. He's gonna cut it into on our end." They said, "Well, get rid of him, put somebody else, because they own the name of
The
the
name.
show.
Yep.
They own the franchise." And
Yes.
that's what you gotta understand. That's the most important thing when you own everything. So, like Oprah, with her production, she owns everything. When
Including
she
the
does,
network.
when she did her show called what it was,
Greenleaf.
Greenleaf, and the
Yeah.
other show, they was homegrown, produced,
On her
written,
network.
under control. Yeah.
Everything on her network. You're right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
said all that because I'm going to bring you back to where you are in your life and trying to give people a gem and understanding why you became One Media, because that's exactly what you're involved with right now, formatting your own facility, correct? Your own production. And within your building, you're able to combat all of those different departments to make all of your production happy. Would that be a fair statement to say?
Yeah, yeah. It's all about compartmentalizing, putting everything together. Like tomorrow, I have a meeting with his brother to come in to manage the production company.
Mm-hmm.
Come in because I seen him working on a couple of movies and he's real good at it. And he has that flair. I'm just the CEO, but if you want anything to run right, you got to get the right people for the job.
That's right.
And then he knows we're a startup. We ain't got money, so the only way he's going to make money if he goes come in and take advantage of the place and bringing in money.
That's
So
right.
that's what he's going to do.
Mhm.
Where's that located? Is that located in Reading?
Yeah, Reading, Pennsylvania.
Okay, I'm gonna have to come check it out because that's not far from me. So I'm
Yeah,
definitely gonna check it out.
yeah.
And another thing, um, I want to say for another show, because I would like Tammy to come down and actually shoot another show where you could take her to from the very beginning of where you started up to where you at now, and then you can drop gems along the way from department to department to give perspective of people that would be interested in this type of stuff
Right.
and see
Yeah,
the beginning of it. So that would be great for you for another show. That's why I want to restart.
Okay.
definitely. There, believe it or not, a lot of young people, like my daughter, I hired her as my assistant because these young people, they and my nephews, shout out to them, they are into this multimedia world. Like whether they got their own channels or whatever the case may be, they are into multimedia, and
Mm-hmm.
they love it. It gives them a different level of confidence, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so when my daughter, she was going to college for to be a lawyer, she turned around and got into film and media and art because she
Right.
realized what she was more passionate about. So
Mm-hmm.
to my father's point, it is absolutely, going to have to be a part two because there's so many young people that will be inspired by what you're doing, what you're building.
And,
This,
and,
not like
mhm.
it's not like you're creating something new under the sun, but people can get an idea and they can visualize seeing it in person if we do like a walkthrough of each phase. So that's a great idea.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
a
and,
lot of young people will tap into that. I could bring some young people with me and you can talk to just my daughter that my
and
next.
two other things I think will help your production tremendously. One, my daughter has a master and she writes grants like business grants and stuff like that. Two, you can start if you don't have it already, an intern program within your company, and she can help facilitate getting the intern good people
Oh,
in
that would
there.
be good because we got something, but we don't have anybody in that's really good in bringing them in.
Yeah,
We need that, and
yeah,
that's why I'm trying to sit back and have uh, a gentleman come in and help out. Somebody that knows what they're doing to come in and bring in young blood, especially young blood that wants to do
that wants to
what
do
we're
it.
doing.
That's
Because
right.
only thing I'm doing is making it easier for them.
Right.
Is and I keep telling like my cousins and my nieces and nephews, look, y'all can come on in the studio. You got any
Right.
ideas? Let's make some money. But
Yep.
they don't have that. They don't have that in their blood. So I
That
can force
drive.
something on somebody they don't.
That's
When
that's
a
right.
person really feel it, they will go out. They will go an extra mile. Because I know I am like
Yes.
that.
That's right.
Right
That's
now,
right.
my boy, my best friend Dave, his son is with me, and he's been with me since we've been opening this whole project. Three
Wow.
years. He's the youngest one. He's 26 now.
Wow.
So
Wow.
when he was here, he was 20. He was 23.
Mm-hmm.
So he's learning, and then I have him to go out there talk to the young brothers and bring them in, his brothers and sisters to help come in and learn. But it's hard. A lot of them, you got to find the right kids.
Right. Yeah, we can definitely talk about that offline. I definitely want to talk more with you about that because that's my area of expertise. Business
Okay.
development is that's my full time.
That's good. I need it.
Yes. So, just a few more questions, but I wanted to ask you, like, are there some tools to the trade that you would share with some young people, like some of the tools that you've used over the years, whether it might be, it could be, hey, use this type of format, this type of system. Are there some tools to the trade that you want to share to help inspire the young folks or anybody that might be interested in multimedia?
Well, the internet now is the easiest trade. When I was coming up, I had to go to the Barnes and Nobles and read the books for dummies,
Right. I still do that.
or the hard way, just buy the equipment and learn it. But
Yes.
YouTube is the
Mhm.
best teacher of the day. Like
Yes.
anything new I want to learn, I
Yes.
just buy it. We get equipment, so we do a virtual production. You can walk in a room and the room is all video panels and you're in a real environment. It looks like you're in the environment. That's new technology. You can
Right.
learn that on YouTube. How
Yes.
to set it up and everything. You just buy it and then learn the craft. Um, all the new cameras,
Yes.
ways to work with the cameras, all on YouTube.
Yeah.
If
The
it's not on
4K.
YouTube, there's other companies that's got videos that help you out or train you.
Right. Yeah, that's a great piece of advice because YouTube, I'm telling you, I learned all types of stuff on YouTube. Especially like I just got I'm getting a 4K camera and I want to know how to use it before I get it.
Hmm.
So I'm like, and YouTube will tell you everything. I mean,
Everything.
even for podcasting, I
That's
go
right.
to
Podcasting and everything.
David Shan's website, or I go to Think Media, and they have all of these tutorials, and they're short. People's attention span is short now, right?
Yeah,
So
and
you
that's
got to
how
give
it
them a
is.
snippet, like less than 5 minutes, and
That's
then
right.
get to the point. And it's good stuff. So what kind of gems would you drop, or what I guess advice would you give to young people right now that are starting in it? I know you already talked about, research your craft, whatever it is that you want to do some research on your craft, learn it, and there's a lot of tutorials and equipment and different things that they can use out there. But any other gems or tools of advice that, you would give someone to inspire them to keep going at this?
Um, the best tools and the best advice I would give them is uh, always be hungry.
Yes.
Never. You always got to be hungry. You always got to want for more.
Yes.
You always got to say to yourself,
Yes.
nah, that ain't good enough.
Mm.
Like when I look at things, like some of the people who show me stuff, I say, yo, man, that look whack. And they say, yo, but that shit look dope. And yeah, you like it because it's your shit, but that shit is whack. But even if it's mine, and if I did something whack, I know it's whack. What I would do, I was like, I ain't put my name on. I put it to the side. I said somebody else did it. But I learned that because when I was doing music when I was younger, I remember I used to go to the park and put it in the boom box, my tape, and then I would play it, and I would say, "Yo, man, what you think of my beat?" Guys would lie to me and shit. I said, "Yo, that shit is dope." And then when the shit don't do nothing, they say, "Yo, that shit was whack anyway." And then I learned by doing this, going out and saying, "Yo, check out this beat this nigga played or this other dude did." Right? Boom.
Right, right.
Then they'll tell the truth. If they say it's whack, I say, "Yeah, well, why is whack?" And they would tell me, and I go back in the lab and
The
make up a
game.
new beat. So
Yes,
then that made my game even better because
that's
I ain't gonna
right.
lie to you, a lot of brothers and sisters out there, they don't want to hurt your feelings, so they're gonna tell you, me hurt my feelings. But the only thing you're gonna do is make me better.
That's
If
right.
they tell me the beat is whack, I say, okay, why is whack?
Hmm.
Or that film I seen your girl, like me and my boy, he did our first film we worked on, a short film. It was his film. He wrote it and everything, shot it. But everybody seen it and said, yo, man, that shit is slow as dragging. It's boring. I knew it too, but I didn't want to hurt his feelings. So I
Right.
said, yo, man, let me just re-edit it. It needs something to it, change it. So what I did, I just, as an editor, I seen American Sniper because his movie was about two brothers coming home from the war and having
That was a good
post-traumatic
movie.
syndrome.
That was a good movie.
So when I seen American Sniper, I seen the way they edited that movie. I said, that's what Kim is missing. You got to put the elements, give them a piece of the movie, give them some action in the beginning, and then let them see something, and then cut it off, and let them wait to find out what happened.
Yes.
So that's how I had to re-edit his movie that way, and then it gave it a new life. And then that's when I realized the beauty of editing too, how you can take something that was slow and boring and give it a new life. What I did was, throughout the film, it's about this guy bugging out, and near the end, he takes out his gun and pointed at this girl to kill her, but he doesn't. What I did, I took the edits, put it in the beginning of the film, where he pulls out the gun, and then the gun goes off, but it goes back in time.
You don't know what happened.
They don't know what happened. They
right.
So
you got to watch the whole movie.
Yeah. Now they got people. They want to see what happened because they said, "Did he kill the bitch? What happened?" So,
no cursing.
So when they watch the movie and then they wind up and get back to that part,
yes,
the gun doesn't go off. He was just dreaming.
Wow. See, so that's good editing
to give it a different feel, because when I watched American Sniper, that's what they had in there. Right. They kept going back and forth in time,
right,
and cutting things together.
Yes.
That's how you make things interesting. And I said, so when I cut it together like that, I even put other things in it, because in his movie version, he had a person going through post-traumatic syndrome, but he doesn't show anything that make a nigga act like that. So what I said, I put a couple of head exploding, bodies that look fucked up. It's got to put something in there so people can say, "Oh shit, that look nasty." He didn't have that. And then I put clips of Barack Obama talking about the end of the war and all that, people coming home. So I had to make it more relatable.
That's a good idea.
So when I put all those elements in it made it longer, but it gave it more oomph.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew I had it. I knew I can do movie editing, because I took something that he had that was simple, but it was okay. It was just flowing wrong. And movie making is all about flow. It's all about flow. Yeah. You can see a movie, like I can see a show, and I'm like, they could have cut that out. They could cut that bullshit, and they can just move this shit, and it will be a total different show. And you can make it much more exciting,
right,
by cutting out the fat. Or like he had a scene where him and his girl is talking, and it's too long and overdrawn. I said, I cut that shit right in half, went to something that had some action, and then I came back to the rest of the conversation later.
Right.
And he said, "Oh shit, I wasn't thinking like that." I said, "Because,
You're making me want to see the film."
Yeah, that's how I did though. Because I was saying, "Yo, man, sometimes you don't have to. People still get it without you showing them the whole thing."
Right.
Cut it in half. Give them something else to eat. Because nowadays, filmmaking is different than the way they made films 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Right.
Everything is fast paced. Boom, boom, boom. If you on that guy's conversation and that camera ain't moving and ain't doing something else, it's boring.
Right.
So that's how I look at it.
And you know something? To just touch on everything being fast paced. Nowadays, the DJs, the way they play music in the club is not like the way we used to listen to back in the day. They'll get you excited about 15 seconds of the song, and then they jump right into something else. And you're like, what that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same thing.
They don't got a good mix at all.
The same way.
They
don't let the song play out. They put 50 million records in 1 minute. Right. I'm like, yo, dude, I want to hear the song. I see if you're doing an old school party and you're playing so many records from years.
Right.
Yeah, so you want to get a little bit of, but even me, I would give at least them old school records at least a minute and a half.
A minute to rock out.
These guys be rocking it only for like 10, 15 seconds.
And then you'd be like, put that back on.
Yeah.
it changes the vibe after when they do
It
that. So
really
now,
does.
Yeah, it does.
It
It
really
does.
does. Yeah,
You want
that's what,
you
you know what, and I'm much younger than y'all.
Mhm.
But that's why I like when we go, if I go out or whatever, like people are not dancing anymore because they don't keep you. They're not keep. It's more so like the music is really to keep you vibing, but not
Mhm.
dancing. And I don't
Right.
like I like to dance. You know what I mean? So I want
Yeah.
like I'm like dang. And when you get going, like you said, that it's like they switch it up on you, and it's like it's almost meant to just keep you vibing, but not dancing, which is
Right.
weird because if you're going out in the first place, you going to dance and have a good time, and
and
it's not about mingling. Like
the,
I don't know, it's just totally different. But we can talk about that another time. But yeah,
Yeah, we can do that.
what's
yeah,
in the world is to hear that one song you really like and you get ready to rock, and next thing for 15 seconds, you're like, are you serious?
Yeah,
Like,
that's right. That's
especially OG
if
Blue.
anything, that song coming after it should lift you even more. But that's
right.
another thing, you know. It's
Sometimes they
I,
change the whole entire tempo. You be like, we listen to
yeah,
R&B.
because even when I used to DJ and I let even you play the record for a long time all throughout, you still want to make that the momentum of the record go even better and better and better.
Right.
What they do, they make it shorter and make it worse and worse.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So then people like, let me go get another drink.
You know who I seen DJ like that and knocked it out the park, and the record was short, and
Cool.
he understood the red alert.
Oh
Well,
yeah. Oh
He
yeah.
would do it with he
Yeah.
would the it would DJ when he DJ he played the next record. The next record is better than that other record. You go, oh shit, and
mhm.
then another record come on. You said, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know
I'm
what I'm
ready to
talking
go
about,
out.
right?
That you
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. It won't be like, oh shit, what the fuck he's doing now. With Red Alert, he would have it. It would go to a level like you got one song. Oh shit, I remember that shit. Yeah, yo, he rocking it. And then he'll mix it with another record that was even better than that that matches it. And you're like, oh shit, I need killing it now.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how
Red
you
alert.
do it.
Yeah, red alert always was tight.
I
Listen,
gotta go. I'm really interested in knowing. You've been down there 3 years now, and I'm sure you worked on several people, different projects. We're coming up on the hour. I want to know what's the most what's the biggest project you're working on right now that you would like people to know and will spark their interest, and what gem can you give them behind the projects you're working with?
All right, we just finished up a movie called The Mick and the Trick with actor Peter Green. He was in the movie The Mask, and he was in Pulp Fiction. The guy who raped Vim Raines in Pulp Fiction. All right,
not that guy.
that guy. Yeah,
Wait,
but huh?
he died, didn't he?
No, that guy's still alive.
No, he's telling you
That actor you talking about,
they
Peter
saying
Green?
he's in the movie. Dad.
Yeah. So I mean,
About that
we
movie.
just finished that movie with him, and but what we're working on now, we're about to do a film that I came up with an idea.
Miles, that's right. My bad.
All right. Now we're about to come up with a film that I wrote. I mean, I created. I got somebody to write it called Party Night.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys create film or you guys edit, like
We
what
do all of it.
okay.
See, like
So
if you got a movie you want to, like you got a script, you
like
need
I got
somebody
a
to
script.
produce.
I'm writing a script. I actually have a movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is we look at the script and tell you how much it would cost to do it,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then
Well,
we'll go and shoot it. That's how they do it. And then we do our own. Like party night is it starts off at a party, having a good time, and then all hell breaks loose
oh wow.
with zombies. When niggas smoking, they smoking weed and they put that bath salt. That's that shit they got
Oh
in
my
people walking
goodness.
around in Philadelphia right now and New York City. There's zombies.
Yes, yes, yes.
This is grounded. The way we got this movie is
Oh my
grounded.
gosh.
So they gonna smoke it, but instead of being moving around all slow, these niggas gonna be running, biting niggas.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
And
listen.
then at the same time, we got another person coming in who's was in the building for the years as a science experiment. That's a transhuman that goes after them.
Oh my gosh.
So I want to be a roller coaster ride. Everybody laughing, having a good time, then scared to death, and they don't know who's coming after them, the transhuman or these zombies. But the
Right.
transhuman is trying to kill the zombies. They don't
Mm.
know it.
Oh wow. Wow. So
So
tell I was gonna say,
I'm at the end of my time, and my battery's on like 3% right now. So I just want thank you for coming up. You're gonna stand with my daughter for
no,
next couple.
I was gonna say thank you for being on the gym, but I
All
also
right.
wanted to say before we exit stage left, because I know we got back to back, right?
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you on one last thing. Where can people find you? Like if they're interested in writing movies or they have a script or they want where do they find you? How do they
They can
submit
go
their
straight
script?
to our website, readingfilmstudios.net.
Okay, Reading, Reading.
ING
Okay,
Films
okay,
Studios with a S.net. They can come
okay,
right there, and all the information is there.
okay, okay.
Or if they can reach me, by phone, 347-239-2081. And that's my personal number.
Okay, so readingfilmstudios.net.
Yep.
Okay.
What other social media platforms you guys on?
Yeah,
We
what's your
on all of them. Reading Film Studios on Facebook.
so I got it
Reading
up here.
Film.
Is this it? Readingfilmstudios.net?
Yep.
Okay.
And we got Reading Film Studios at Facebook,
Hmm.
Instagram. I think what's the other one? Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, those are three.
Okay. All right. So then we know where to find you. Uncle Tony, thank you so much. I
No
appreciate
doubt.
you so much. Yes, I'm coming to Reading to the studio.
All right,
I
bet.
do have a script that I'm working on that once I'm finished, it came to me in my dreams. I'm gonna have to share this thing with you because it's good stuff. And I don't know because it's controversial. So I don't know if I'm going, they might try to kill me over it. But anyway, my father told me never to be afraid of anything, only
That's
fear
right.
God,
Just go for
only
yours.
fear God, right?
Right.
So,
Go for
but
yours.
I appreciate you, Tony, Uncle Tony. Thank you so much for being on here on the Gem, for dropping gems and inspiring other people. This is something a lot of young people, I know they're going to listen back to this and really take heed, especially to just your journey from where you
Yeah.
started, DJing and being an artist and production and everything else to now being in that multimedia platform, having facilities where people can come and do film, studio work, editing, and everything else under the sun. It's truly a blessing. And we're gonna be doing some other work. So I'm excited and I just thank you for being on the Gem today. Thank you so much.
And,
Thank
and
you.
thank you too, bro. You always know I love you. I'm glad to
You
see
know
you
it.
in
Yeah.
good health,
You got it.
man. I pray that the Most High keep you in good spirit and good health. And I'm gonna be down here to see you real soon, my brother. I appreciate the time. Thanks again, and we will definitely be back on you. And that's it, folks. You got the Gem. We did our thing, and we're gonna come back to continue to keep on doing our Gem. You got LG Blue in the house, and we out. We love y'all.
All
Peace.
right.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.